Hello, welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going to be doing a watch ranking video. Now I've never done a video like this before, so I'm quite excited to do this video. I've seen other people do this video and I've never fully agreed with their listings. So hopefully today I'll be able to do my own and you'll somewhat agree with me. Now I've got every single big brand in this video. I've got Omega, Rolex, Breitling, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet and so many more. So stay right to the end to see all my rankings. But now, let's jump into it. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to go through the tiers. Now I'm sure you've probably seen this similar sort of format on other YouTube videos. I'm actually going to have a link to this listing down below, so if you want to do your own ranking, you can do so. Now we have S tier, really good, unbeatable, best you can get. A tier, pretty damn good, not as good as S tier. B tier, adequate, definitely adequate, but not amazing. C tier is sort of okay, and then D tier, that's just terrible. And I also have another category, I have no idea, because some of these brands, I don't know where to put them. Now let's jump into it. So I'm just going to pick a random brand from the bottom, whatever's catching my eye. Hublot. Now, I actually don't mind some of their designs. I think they're a bit like, you know, they're not great value for money at all, don't get me wrong. I know some YouTubers would just put this straight in the like worst category, but I don't think they are the worst of the worst, but I might juggle this around. So I actually am going to start them off at the bottom, but I'm not going to put them, I don't think, as the worst. So the closer to the actual D, I think is going to be the worst. So they might end up somewhere over here. But that's where I'm going to put the first brand. Next brand. What should I pick? I don't even know what this one is. I have no idea what TF is, so I'm going to put that straight in that I have no idea. Let's go Longines. Interesting one here. Massive heritage Longines. So Longines, I'm thinking is probably going to be a B tier. It's either B or A. They're not exceptional watches. I don't know if I could be that generous actually. It's probably B or C really. I don't know. It's hard. Let me put them at C for now, and I might move them up later. Cartier. Now, a lot of people really like Cartier, but I'm not one of them. I don't really have an affinity with them. I don't know, there's nothing that really draws me to their models. The tank is quite cool, but I'm not a massive fan of it. I think I'd prefer a Reverso. So, I'm going to probably put them with C and with Longines. Now, probably a bit above Longines. I think that's probably about right. But I wouldn't say they're that much above. I know they're like catching up Omega with like watch sales, but I don't think they're that great, to be honest. Okay, let's go Panerai. Interesting brand. One that I'm not a massive fan of because their designs are just not really my type of thing. They're quite ugly for me. I just don't really enjoy them. And the pricing is really up there for what you're getting. I think you can get a much better watch elsewhere. So I'm going to put them... Yeah, they're going to be behind Longines. They're going to be there, I think. I'm being quite harsh, actually. I need to get like a nice positive watch. So let's put one up higher. Let's go with Patek Philippe, S tier, the best of the best. No arguing. No one can tell me otherwise. Okay, maybe there are better watch brands, but they are way up there. S tier, definitely. Okay, let's go with Tissot. Okay. Tissot, interesting, because I kind of like their PRX lineup. PRX, and I think a lot of people also do like that, but I haven't got a massive affinity with any other watches in their lineup other than that one. So they're not massively up there for me. They're definitely... you know what? I think I've been too harsh. I think Longines are B tier, and I think that's probably, if I flip these around, I think that's probably better now. I'm just not a massive fan of Panerai, to be honest. Let's go with Ulysse Nardin. I actually kind of like their designs. The Blue Shark is a mean looking watch. Really classy watch, that one. I don't know. They are expensive watches, but they are really cool watches as well. I think they are B tier. I think they are, yeah, I'd say that's about right, about there. Versace. Okay, so this isn't a watchmaker, obviously. This is definitely just a hype brand that's capitalizing on their other like franchises, you know, their clothing and whatnot, and exploring into the watches just to try and get more money. They're not great watches. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say they're probably below Hublot, because at least Hublot actually have some original designs and they're actually a watchmaker in that way. Okay, the next one, Invicta. Ooh, Invicta. Prickly past. They were the original sort of homage watch, and people did not like them at all at first. People seem to be growing on them. I don't really have I'm not really friendly with them, so it's between C and D, because I don't have any, like, love for any of their watches, really. You know what? I think they are probably actually below Versace. Actually, that's kind of mean. No, I think they're probably above Versace. Zenith. I like Zenith. They are cool. I like the Zenith watches. Really creative. Really, really cool history, actually, as well with Zenith. They're, like, contribute... What am I even trying to say? The way they contributed to the production of the first, I think it was column wheel chronograph. I think that's right. Yeah, they were really interesting history-wise, and the Zenith Daytona is one of the most popular versions of the Rolex Daytona. I don't know. It's either B or A. You know what? I'm gonna be generous. We haven't got any A tier, so I'm gonna put them in A tier. Okay, here we have Jacob & Co. Jacob & Co are for the elite. They are huge brands as far as, like, in the elite circles. They are known. Massively expensive watches, you know, millions, some of them. They're really blingy though, and they're not really a watch that I'd actually own, but I can't really judge them on that alone. So I think they're going to be probably like a high B tier, maybe A tier. You know, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to put them in A tier, but I'm going to put Zenith above them. I think Zenith are better than them. Okay, what else we got? Tudor, interesting. The baby brother of Rolex. I do like their models, I have to say. Some of their models really do attract my eye. I have to say, I think the Black Bay 58 is a killer looking watch. But I have heard there's quite a few problems with those watches. I mean, the Black Bay Pro, a newly released watch, had quite a few problems with this date complication jamming up. But that may be just like a bit of a... I don't really know how to put it other words than it's sort of like a teething problem. Something that was probably just for the first few models, maybe be resolved now. But I think they're probably either B tier or C tier. Would I put them above Longines? Yes. Would I put them above Ulysse Nardin? No. So I'm going to put them in between. I think that's a good spot there. Yeah, that's a fair spot. Seiko. Ooh, this is interesting because there's no Grand Seiko on this list. So I'm going to class it as Seiko and Grand Seiko. Now I actually I did own a Seiko. I actually did enjoy that watch. It was Seiko 5. Really liked it. And I have looked at getting a Grand Seiko. Trust me, they are beautiful watches. You know what? No, it's gonna have to be an A tier. I'm gonna put it above Zenith. Seiko is just a king for value, and even though their prices have been creeping up over the last couple of years, I think the Grand Seiko still offers fantastic quality for what you're getting. It's just really good. So yeah, that is a good spot for it. Let's go with Bulgari. You know, I don't really like a lot of their designs. I know they had that record for the super thin watch for quite a long time. I think they've been beaten now, or they may have claimed it back. I know like JLC were fighting with them, and I think Hublot actually owns that record now. But either way, that Bulgari was very creative. The way they made it so thin, it was absurdly thin. I mean, you could probably break it with your fingers, but it was cool either way. You know what? I think they're probably above Ulysse Nardin. That's where they are. That's where they belong. Omega. Oh, okay. If Seiko's A tier, Zenith's A tier, I think Omega has to be A tier. It's not S tier. I really want to give it that, but it's not S tier. They've been doing a lot right in the last couple of years. The new releases have just been going down phenomenally, and they've really grown as a brand thanks to that. So where would I put them? Yeah, above Seiko. Above Seiko. That's where I put them. Tag Heuer. Yeah, not a massive fan of Tag, I have to be honest. None of their models really stand out to me. The Carrera's kind of nice, but it's not anything good. Aqua Racer is just like a knockoff looking Seamaster almost. I don't know, I just think they're probably either C or B, and I'm going towards C. So I wouldn't say they're as bad as Tissot Panerai, but they're nothing compared to like Cartier, Longines, the history of Longines as well. Gucci. Yeah, this is another fashion brand, so this is just gonna they're not like their watch designs I think are better than Versace's, and they're still very expensive for what they are. They're very poorly made. Well, they're not poorly made, but they're not as good as something you can get for the same price. Oh, I don't know, it's hard. Probably below Hublot, above Invicta. Yeah. Also, I don't know why my the exposure is going like up and down, and my background, the lighting today is all over the place. So I do apologise. Let's change up with the brands. Go from fashion brand something higher up. A Long and Serve. I may be pronouncing that wrong. I can never pronounce this. It's a German brand. They are up there. They are up there. But you know what? I'm going to put them in S tier because their finishing is fantastic, and I have heard that they take apart every watch twice. Like, so they take it apart and reassemble it. So there's 2 assembly processes. So with that level of finishing, I think it has to be up there in S tier. But I don't think it's above Patek. So Patek, you're still up there. So actually, it should be that way around. Yeah, is that right? I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, they're above Patek either way. Casio. I'll be honest. I know a lot of people are going to be like S tier, God tier. They're not really. Let's be honest here. They are great value for money and a great way to get into watches, but they are not worth putting with the likes of Patek Philippe. There's just no way. I'm going towards more B at C tier. They do good watches, but they're not amazing. I mean, who doesn't love a G-Shock? Everyone has a G-Shock, right? But they aren't like amazing watchmakers in that way. I think they're going to have to go above Tag, below Cartier. I think a lot of people are going to be like, what? I own 6 of these. They are the best watches known to man. I could run over it with my... I know, but it's not just about how durable a watch is. It's also about the watchmaking and the finishing of the watch. And it's just not really got that. If they had like a Casio Deluxe where it was fantastically made, a mechanical watch, maybe then, but maybe in the future. Breitling. Ooh, interesting. A lot of people like Breitling. I don't mind them. I actually kind of like their pistachio dialed Breitling. But they're really big watches, so it puts a lot of people off. A lot of them are massive. So I know they've been stepping it down a bit recently, but I don't know. This is a hard one, actually. I'm going to put it in there. B tier. That's, I think, a solid ranking. Richard Mille. Oh. I don't know, man. I think these are massively overhyped. They're not amazing looking watches. Like, I think they're goddamn ugly, to be honest. But they are massively expensive, so people love them for that because they're just aspirational pieces. I don't know. I know all the like people that make money off watches would be like they are S tier because they make a lot of money off it. But for me, I have no reason to love them, so they're probably going to go lower on this list. You know what? I'm going to be really harsh. I'm going to go, they're B tier. They're below Cartier, man. I have no idea what Moldova is. I think is that Movement? Is that like a Movement subsidiary or something? No idea. Okay, I do know this brand, but I haven't got any experience with them personally, so I'm going to put them in unknown. Same with these. There's a few I don't know. I don't know who the hell this one is either. I have heard of them. I have heard of Raymond, but I don't know anything about them, so I'm not going to judge them. The rest of them I all know. Actually, I don't know who you are. Get out of here. Hermes Paris. I have heard of them though. Where have I heard of those from? Anyway, now let's go on to the big boys. These are all massive brands. Bulova. Who doesn't love the Bulova Lunar Pilot? Beautiful looking watch. Absolutely fantastic. I believe it was on the wrist of like a Russian cosmonaut on, I think, one of the expeditions to outer space. Maybe the first expedition, probably not. I know it was definitely worn out in outer space somewhere, but I don't think it can be that high. It's definitely a B tier watch. It's definitely a B tier brand. Is it above Tudor though? I don't think it is. Is it above Longines? No. Cartier, I'd say it's probably about there. Vacheron, ooh, this is definitely an S tier watch brand. Part of the Holy Trinity, of course they've got to be up there. But is it better than Patek? I don't think so. Is it better than... Ooh, yeah, I think it is better than Long Reserve. I think it's going to go in between. JLC, the watchmaker's watchmaker. That's got to be up there. A or S? A or S? I think it's going to be a low S. They are just such cool watches and so creative, so well built. And obviously they are the only watchmaker to provide watch movements to the Holy Trinity. So, and I mean the value as well. For some of the watches, the Reverso for like £6,000. Fantastic. Okay, here's a big one. Rolex. Where am I going to put the king of the watches? I'll be honest, it's not S tier. It's not S tier. I know a lot of people are going to cry at me for that. It's not S tier. Their watches are good. They are really good watches. They are massively overhyped, massively like priced, and the finishing is not fantastic, and you're probably going to get robbed if you wear one. They're above Omega, but not because of the watches, simply just because of the amount of watches they make each year and they sell each year. It's in the millions, and, well, they're just so iconic. That's the only reason. As far as watches, if you were going off watchmaking like alone, like Omega every time, but unfortunately, it's not how the world works. So let's go with IWC next. IWC, the International Watch Company. Originally it was American, then moved over to Germany. Was it Germany? No, Swiss. It was Switzerland. Yeah. And yeah, fantastic watches, but I don't really like a lot of them. I mean, everyone loves the Big Pilot, but I don't see it. They obviously have the F1 affiliation with the Mercedes racing team, so people like it for that, but I don't really care for that. You know what? I'm going to put them high B tier, I reckon. High B tier. Yeah. Audemars Piguet. Ooh, the Holy Trinity. I'll be honest, their watches, they don't excite me. They don't excite me in the slightest. Their watches are probably some of the most boring collections I've ever seen. It's just Royal Oaks. If you like Royal Oaks, fantastic, you're in the right place. But if you don't, well, jog on, because the rest of the watches there are just Royal Oaks. That's all they have. And they are phenomenally priced. I don't know, I kind of find them a bit ugly, to be honest. I'd rather have like a Vacheron Overseas or something else, really. But everyone loves them, so I don't, I guess. I don't know. I didn't have a great experience in the Audemars Piguet boutique. If you want to watch that video, it's a fantastic video of when I went to Switzerland and went into the Holy Trinity boutiques. Great video, I'll link that down below. You know what, I actually am going to put them, this is going to be very controversial, everyone's going to hate me for this one, below Omega. That's my ranking. That's all of them, guys. Let me know what you think. I might actually, I don't know if I'm 100% set on this, actually. Looking over I don't know, some of these brands maybe could be dabbled with a bit more, but that's my rough ranking. I've enjoyed this video. It's been an interesting one to look through these brands and get like some refreshers of all the different brands out there. I've enjoyed this video. I hope you have too. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure to leave a like and a comment saying so down below. But until this video, goodbye.